What's up everybody, Kyle here at Let's Talk Wax. 2022 Bowman Chrome has been live for almost 2 weeks and I'm going to give you the top 20 highest selling autos on that checklist. Now current prices haven't had much time to settle. So value's at an all-time high for some of the prospects on this checklist, making it a great time to sell. And I want to be clear, this isn't my personal ranking of the top players, it's just the highest selling. If you want to take a look at my top 25 personal ranking of the players on this checklist, I'll put a link to that video in the description. I've also got a complete breakdown of every player on this autograph checklist over on my Patreon page. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. Along with current comps, I'm going to be putting a Let's Talk Wax rank on each prospect so you can gauge whether you think it's a good time to buy, sell, or hold. And before we jump into our top 20, I want to quickly discuss that ranking system.
Here's a quick rundown of my ranking system. E is elite, and very few players receive this rank. It's the top rank a player can receive and includes players like Jordan Walker, Jordan Lawler, and Ellie De La Cruz from other releases. A rank of 1 is organizational star upside, which means a player could one day be a star for their given team. A rank of 2 is organizational top 3 upside. A rank of 3 is average and indicates a solid MLB player upside. Another important detail to add is that I often use this rank for players with extremely small sample sizes that don't give me enough data to make an accurate rank. 4s are average MLB upside, 5s are below average MLB upside, and finally 6s are players that I think may never make it out of the minor leagues. Keep in mind that these ranks are ceilings and can change from year to year. You'll also see increments of 0.5 where I teeter-tot on certain players between ranks. Now before we jump into the top 20, I want to discuss the hype factor around Bowman Chrome releases and top international signees. You can see on the card below the release week values of top international signing slots versus their current value, and the numbers are terrifying. The top 5 international prospects in 2020 were Yogi Cespedes, Wilman Diaz, Carlos Colmenares, Armando Cruz, and Christian Hernandez. And the value of each player's autos took a significant hit a year after their respective release. We're talking hundreds of dollars here. Let's take this even further with top international flops from 2019, like Robert Pusan at number 2, Luis Rodriguez at number 3, Eric Pena at number 4, and Baron Lora at number 5, who were selling for hundreds of dollars on their respective release and now sell for prices low enough to ship in a plain white envelope. So be sure to keep these things in mind before throwing wads of cash at an international signing slot. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's jump into our top 20 highest selling autos from 2022 Bowman Chrome. And kicking off our list is a group of $50 autos, starting with Simon Juan, a 17-year-old outfield prospect from the New York Mets organization. Juan is the lowest ranked $50 auto on this list with a Let's Talk Wax rank of 3.5. He's one of the youngest players on this list at 17.3, but didn't put up any exciting numbers in the DSL in 2022. Mason Auer is the next $50 auto on this list, a 21-year-old outfield prospect in the Tampa Bay Rays organization. Auer is one of my favorite prospects on this checklist, holding a Let's Talk Wax rank of 2. Between low A and high A this season, he hit 290 with a 197 ISO, excellent K numbers, and 48 stolen bases. More stolen bases than any other player on this list. Technically, this is a 5-way tie for 16th place, but holding the 17th spot is Jonathan Miea. He's another baby on this list at 17.6 years old. The Cardinals' young shortstop prospect put up an exceptional 212 ISO and an 897 OPS with solid K numbers, giving him a rank of 2.5. And Manuel Valdez is another one of my favorite prospects on this checklist and has a larger sample size to work with. He's nearly 24, but put up incredible numbers in 2022, hitting more home runs than any other player on the list. His performance in 2022 earned him a Let's Talk Wax rank of 2. The final $50 auto on this checklist goes to Edinson Paulino, an infield prospect with the Boston Red Sox who put up a 203 ISO in 2022 with 27 stolen bases and great K numbers, leading me to believe he could develop into a speed-powered prospect down the road. Before we move on, it's worth noting that there are only 10 players on this entire list ranked 2 or higher, and Auer, Valdez, and Paulino seem quite cheap for their rank. Breaking in the top 15 is Ricardo Cabrera with a $65 base auto. He's currently got redemptions and live autos in this release, which is something I haven't seen before with the same card, but we'll roll with it. Cabrera is ranked a 3 on this checklist, and over a small sample size in the DSL, performed quite poorly in 2022. Yanquiel Fernandez is the cheapest rank of 1 on this checklist at $75. He's actually my 3rd ranked prospect on the entire checklist based on his offensive makeup. Fernandez hit near 300 with a 223 ISO and 21 home runs as a 19-year-old in A-ball this season. Samuel Munoz takes the number 13 spot here here with a base auto comping right around $75. The 18-year-old Dodgers outfield prospect hit .347 with elite K numbers, but didn't show off much power with a 144 ISO in 2022. There's still lots of time for the power to come, so I ranked Munoz a 2. The younger brother of Brewers star prospect Jackson Chourio also holds comps around $75. Jason Chourio is only 17.5, and while he didn't do much damage offensively, he held the third best K numbers on this list, which makes me optimistic about his future. There's probably a bit of hype inflating his value here, and for $75, he only ranks a 2.5 for me right now. Another younger brother coming in at $75 is Alexis Hernandez, the younger brother of 2021 Bowman Chrome chaser Christian Hernandez. Now, Alexis's base autos are redemptions as far as I know right now, and I could only find a comp on a purple auto at $150, which leads me to believe that his base autos will be in the $75 to $85 range. Hernandez didn't do anything extraordinary in the DSL this season, and he's currently ranked a 3.5 for me. If you guys enjoy my videos and want to help support the channel, please check out my Patreon page. I've got lots of exclusive content over there, including detailed autograph checklist breakdowns of all Bowman releases from 2019 to the present, including 2022 Bowman Chrome. I've got a top 100 Bowman Chrome autos list and a top 100 Bowman Chrome autos under $50 list. If you enjoy breaking, I've got you covered with team break guides for all Bowman releases since 2020. You also get early access to video information and to the private Let's Talk Wax Discord server. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, I'll put a link to it in the description. Anthony Gutierrez leads off our top 10, with base auto comps rolling in right around $85. The near 18-year-old had a solid year between the DSL and Complex League in 2022, but his 3.09 K to walk ratio decreased his rank to a 2.5. Like Jackson Chourio, Ceddanne Rafaela autos were intended to be in 2022 Bowman, so he actually had the first logo on his autos in this release. He's currently comping right around $100 and holds a Let's Talk Wax rank of 2.5. Rafaela has a legitimate hit, speed, power build, but doesn't take many walks with a 4.34 K to walk ratio in 2022. But to all fairness, Jeremy Pena held a minor league career K to walk ratio of around 5, so keep that in mind as well. At number 8 with a $115 base auto is William Bergolla. It currently looks like all of Bergolla's cards are redemptions, as I haven't seen any sales of live cards. He's ranked at 2.5 right now after hitting .380 in 2022 with the best K numbers on the list. The downside right now is minimal power, as he held a .043 ISO, but power most often blooms late in many prospects' careers. Yasser Mercedes had the best year of any player on this list playing in the DSL in 2022. He was ranked the number 2 prospect on my top 25 after hitting .355 with a 200 ISO, a list-leading .975 OPS, elite K numbers, and 30 stolen bases. Now, DSL stats are an incredibly small sample size, which could lead to drastic changes to rank in the future, but based on his numbers, I had to rank him a 1 right now. His autos are comping out right around $125. Jackson Merrill is number 6 on this list with a $125 base auto. He had a Chrome first in 2021 draft, even though it was the wrong player on the card, so he does not have the official first stamp on his autos in this release. The Padres' top shortstop prospect had a great year in 2022 between the Complex League and A-Ball, earning him a Let's Talk Wax rank of 2 and putting him as a top 5 prospect on this entire checklist performance-wise. Kicking off the top 5 on this list is Brady House with a current price of around $140. Like Merrill, House had a first Chrome in 2021 Bowman draft, so there's not a first logo on his autos in this release. The 19-year-old national shortstop prospect hit .278 this year, but held a sub-100 ISO with terrible K numbers. He's yet to prove himself as a top-tier prospect offensively, so I gave him a Let's Talk Wax rank of 3.5. Christian Vaquero is part of the 2022 Bowman Chrome hype machine with a $150 auto with less than impressive numbers in the DSL this year. He's the youngest player on this list at 17.2, but the only thing that sticks out on the stat line are his excellent K numbers. I anticipate a significant drop-off in Vaquero's prices once 2022 Bowman draft releases later in the year. Among the most 5 highest selling prospects in this release, Samuel Zavala had one of the best offensive seasons in 2022. He ranked number 4 on my personal top 25 and has a Let's Talk Wax rank of 1.5. The 18-year-old Padres outfield prospect posted a list-leading .258 ISO with acceptable K numbers for a youngster who played between the Complex League and Low A in 2022. Much like Vaquero, Roderick Arias is a huge risk at his current price point of around $250. He was the #1 internationally ranked prospect in his class, but hit under 200 with a 32.8 K percentage in the DSL this year. He's got a WANKS of a 3.5 due to his small sample size and the fact that not many of today's international stars ever held a 30+ K rate at any level in their career. The top selling prospect in this release is no surprise. Jackson Chourio went from 0 to hero in 2022, progressing all the way to AA as an 18-year-old. Across 3 levels, he hit 288 with a 250 ISO, 20 home runs, and 15 stolen bases. Chourio's autos are a bit inflated right now at $450, and I expect them to drop close to Elly De La Cruz numbers in the coming months of around $300 to $400.
I created this video to help you guys decide whether you're going to buy, sell, or hold certain prospects in this release. And as I mentioned before, prices usually drop a few months after release, especially with Bowman Draft coming in so quickly this year. And I can't stress enough the risk involved paying top dollar for top international prospects who have yet to prove themselves in the minor leagues.
I want to give a quick shout out to all my level 3 sponsors on Patreon: Max, Brad, Bruce Wiley, Chris Kwiatkowski, G Squared Collectibles, Castle Cards, Eric Alonzo, Graham Cochran, Jason Hall, Jonathan Asensio, Just Dinger's Breaks, Kenny, Larry Canterbury, Lucas Bonita, Sup Den Bros, 909 Sports Cards, Max Anthony, Michael McDonough, Mike Barrier, Nico Suave, and Tom Barta. One final shout out to everyone who supports the channel. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, and in the comments let me know which prospects are a buy, sell, or a hold for you in this release. Y'all have a great day.